This is Arkies in the Beltway, your look at national politics and the Arkansans influencing the discussions. I'm Alex Thomas, Washington correspondent for the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, reporting from the nation's capital. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Arkies in the Beltway for the week of November 17th, 2024. Members of Congress back on Capitol Hill and not wasting any time preparing for the next Congress. Senate Republicans finalizing their leadership team last week, including the addition of an Arkansan. Senator Tom Cotton of Little Rock will be the Senate GOP conference chair starting in January. Cotton defeating Iowa Senator Joni Ernst in a closed-door election for the number 3 spot among Senate Republicans. Cotton previously told the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette he sought the conference chair position because of the ability to shape Senate Republicans' messaging to Americans. The senator last Wednesday speaking to reporters.
I'm looking forward to working with Senator Thune and the rest of this leadership team. I'm very grateful for the confidence that my peers placed in me.
Cotton name-checking South Dakota Senator John Thune, who will be the Senate Majority Leader in January. Senator John Bozeman of Rogers says Cotton has excelled at representing Senate Republicans, and he has no doubts his colleague will continue to do so.
He's got the ability to talk to big crowds, small crowds. He does a really good job on the Sunday morning shows. So, he's very experienced and very knowledgeable, and I think, represents the Senate very well as he does the state of Arkansas.
Cotton joining a leadership team led by the previously mentioned Thune, who beat Texas' John Cornyn and Florida's Rick Scott for the top Senate GOP post. Thune telling reporters the results of the November 5th election are a telling sign of what Americans want.
We have a mandate from the American people. A mandate not only to clean up the mess left by the Biden-Harris-Schumer agenda, but also to deliver on President Trump's priorities.
Bozeman says with leadership elections now over, it's time for Republicans on Capitol Hill to get to work.
To me, it's kind of like spring training in football. You work really hard trying to beat out the guy that's in front of you. But at the end of the year, when they put the depth chart out, then you come together as a team.
Bozeman will chair the Senate Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry Committee in the next Congress. Cotton could also lead a committee. If the Senate confirms Florida Senator Marco Rubio as Secretary of State, Cotton may become the Senate Intelligence Committee chair. Republicans will not just have the Senate in the next Congress, but also the House. Republicans maintaining control of Congress's lower chamber, although they will have a small majority similar to the current Congress. Representative Bruce Westerman of Hot Springs says the Republican majority cannot waste any time in the new year.
We have to focus on the policies that the American people want, downplay the drama, and get to work and do the serious work that needs to be done.
That majority will be shrinking in the coming months. President-elect Donald Trump naming New York Representative Elise Stefanik as his pick for United Nations ambassador. Trump also selecting Florida Representative Mike Waltz as his national security advisor. Representative French Hill of Little Rock thinks highly of these two colleagues.
I've worked extensively with Elise Stefanik. We were elected together in the 2014 cycle. We serve on the House Intelligence Committee together. And I've worked with Mike Waltz on the House Intelligence Committee as well, and we've collaborated on a number of initiatives, including improving America's foreign military sales to our allied nations. I think Mike and Elise are solid picks.
Republicans have already lost one member. Florida Representative Matt Gaetz resigned from office after Trump nominated him as Attorney General. The president-elect also picking former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee as the next ambassador to Israel. Huckabee, who served as governor for more than a decade, has been an ally of Trump since the 2016 election cycle. Huckabee endorsed Trump after ending his own White House bid. Since leaving public office, Huckabee has hosted programs for Fox News, Trendy Broadcasting Network, and Cumulus Media Networks. The former governor has led multiple tours to Israel and previously voiced support for Israeli settlements in the West Bank. The Republican Jewish coalition applauding the choice, saying Huckabee, quote, will represent America's ironclad commitment to Israel's security with distinction. Trump selecting Huckabee as Israel continues fighting Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon. Little Rock Peace for Palestine among the groups opposing the nomination, saying Huckabee as ambassador would stand in the way of reaching sustainable peace between Palestinians and Israelis. The organization furthermore calling Huckabee a staunch Christian Zionist and Christian nationalist. Representative Hill making his first steps in laying out a possible agenda for the House Financial Services Committee. The congressman from Little Rock releasing a list of principles addressing community banks. He contends there should not be policies affecting financial institutions that do not account for size differences.
We don't want a one-size-fits-all large bank mandate for a small family-owned entrepreneurial community bank in Arkansas.
Hill seeking the House Financial Services Committee chair spot in the next Congress. The current chair, North Carolina Republican Patrick McHenry, will retire from public office at the end of his current term. Hill currently serves as the committee's vice chair. He is not the only Arkansas member of the House who could chair a committee in the next Congress. Representative Rick Crawford of Jonesboro seeking the top spot on the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Representative Westerman will continue leading the House Natural Resources Committee. And that'll do it for this edition of Arkies in the Beltway for the week of November 17th, 2024. You can stay up to date with all news involving Arkansas at arkansasonline.com. You can get in touch with me on social media. My handle on most platforms is @AlexHouseThomas. You can also find me now on Blue Sky. Special thanks as always to the team down in Little Rock. I'm Alex Thomas, and this has been Arkies in the Beltway. Thanks for listening.